Good morning, Colorado. Welcome to a Friday edition of Local Biz Buzz. I'm your host, Larry Hers, and today in studio, I am fired up because I have Andrea from Tart and Souls. Welcome.
Hi, Larry. Great to be here.
Before we get into the show, we have to get a word from our sponsor, Grip Places. So Grip Places is an exciting new app. Instead of you looking at the star ratings like other services do, we won't name names, Google and Yelp, what they do is they match the vibe you're looking for. So you go to the app and they have cameras in all the restaurants. And, you know, depending on what mood you're in, you could look and be like, oh, that's too crowded, that's too fancy, that's too casual. Grip Places, download it on the Apple Store or Google Play Store. Now we're ready for you.
Now we're ready for me.
If we can ever be ready for you. Give me a little history of you and Tart and Souls.
Oh, goodness. This is my accidental tart business that I started during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I found myself having a little extra time on my hands. We were not working as much because of the shutdown. And my husband and I like to be in the kitchen a lot. I've always loved cooking and just thought one day out of the blue I would try to make a Pop-Tart. And it,
Were you a Pop-Tart person?
No, I was not a Pop-Tart person. We had Pop-Tart Friday in our house for our kids. That was like the only day a week I let them have a Pop-Tart, so it was a big deal.
For some reason, my mom let me eat them every day growing up. Like,
oh no, I tried to be a better mom.
It had like 7 essential vitamins and iron,
right?
right? So it was healthy for you.
There's fruit in there.
That was my breakfast, literally, pretty much every morning.
Yeah, well, my kids only got them on Friday, so they were neglected.
So I am a Pop-Tart fan, but I stopped eating them, you know, as soon as I grew up.
You're an adult.
Because I realized they're really not that great. And then you came along.
And here I am.
And you shipped me some, I don't know how long ago that was.
It was a few months ago. I can't remember.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, you're coming on the show.
Excellent.
What was the first flavor you went with?
So I love blueberry. The first flavor I made was blueberry.
Is that this kid?
That's this kid right here.
All right.
I had no intention of sharing with anybody but me and my husband because, you know, you're home, not talking to anybody. And so I made a batch and we tried one and thought they were really good. And he shared a picture of the tart with his racquetball thread.
I didn't know you were a racquetball player.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, everybody is like, who are they talking to?
Yeah.
That's her husband, Steve.
Hi there.
We worked together 28 years ago.
28 years ago.
Not that I'm old or anything.
So it was a Saturday night early in the pandemic, and he shared a photo of the tart with his racquetball thread because nobody could do anything except talk by text at this point, and we were just home playing cards, and he kept getting texts from these people saying, you know, don't do this to us, you're killing us. And I said, why don't we just pack these up and go take them to these people? So I took the remaining tarts and we drove around on a Saturday night and then texted them all and said, check your doorstep. And I think the response that I got from that, not necessarily about the tart itself, but the act during the pandemic really kind of moved me. And I thought, you know, this is a great way for me to connect with family and friends. So I thought this is what I'm going to do for people because you miss seeing people. And so I started making another flavor, and then I took those to other people, and I just kept doing that to my family and friends. And pretty soon, people came back to me and said, "These are great. How do I buy these from you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm not selling these. I'm not a bakery, And I had a friend who was particularly persistent about wanting to buy these from me. So I finally said, "Okay, fine. I'll make you some, but I'm not taking your money." And she said, "Oh yeah, you are. You're going to take my money, and you're going to start a Pop-Tart business, even if I'm your only customer. I'm going to continue to buy these from you." And so she did, and then it just kept going from there. I think the word of mouth just kept spreading. I haven't done any advertising. It's just been complete word of mouth, and it just took off. I started making new flavors, and I had a friend who said her favorite was s'mores, so I said I have to figure out how to make a graham cracker crust now. And
I'm going to put this over here, and let's run through some flavors.
Okay.
Just because it's one thing to make a good Pop-Tart, but you're crazy inventive on the flavors you come up with.
I've made 58 flavors to date.
That's in
a
little over a year.
In a little over a year, I made 58 flavors. I don't have them all on the website because some are seasonal and some, because it's Cottage foods, you have some limitations. So those are just on the back burner for now.
Okay. So this was a blueberry. This is.
I have apple cinnamon, brown sugar.
I thought that would be brown sugar.
I can't see. That's raspberry and strawberry. And I can't see it all. Here, turn it that way just a little bit. This is mixed berry.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, so these are my two favorites. This is cherry almond, which Oh my gosh, that one was my favorite last year, and I couldn't wait for fresh cherries to come back in season again. Cherry almond, mixed berry. This is my Blackberry Crumble. Got apple caramel streusel, PB&J, which I got some Concord grapes sent to me from a friend of mine in high school, and it made the best jelly. And that is Fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter. Okay, so the question everybody has is how can they get these?
So right now, we have it set up that I ship to most people in Colorado. I can only sell these in Colorado, and they're all shelf stable within reason. I tell people you can keep these on the counter, but you wouldn't put, say, a blueberry pie in your pantry for a month and a half.
Yeah.
So shelf stable within reason. If you're not going to eat them within a few days, keep them in the fridge or freezer. I keep all my Pop-Tarts in the freezer, and they go right from freezer to oven beautifully. 10 minutes later, you've got a tasty treat.
So in stock, what flavors would you have? Like
anything you see here is in stock.
okay. So what kind of lead time do you need?
If I'm short on a flavor or two, a couple days.
Okay.
I try to keep a good inventory so that when an order comes in, 'cause it's always a variety of Pop-Tarts, I can just box it up and ship it.
So right now, if somebody wants to buy these, they go to your website, which is what?
Tartandsoulbakery.com.
Soul or Soul?
Tartan Soul.
Soul, okay.
One soul. Tartan Soul.
Which is a great name.
My son came up with that.
Yeah, brilliant.
He was brainstorming and he got down to that one. I said, stop. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my son did my website for me. He did such a remarkable job on it.
How much do you charge for these?
I charge, if you just want to buy one tart, which nobody ever does, it's $3.99. I charge for, a lot of people buy packages, half dozen, dozen, or 2 dozen. Half dozen is $21.99. Dozen is $41.99, and 2 dozen is $79.99.
And there's no, you're allowing pickup at all?
I occasionally allow pickup.
Okay. Highlands Ranch?
I'm in Highlands Ranch. Yeah. It depends on the circumstance. If people are close by and they want to pick up, I will work with people. As we look to grow, I probably will look at pickup spots or other ways of getting these into people's hands. But right now we went with the shipping method. It was the easiest way.
What is the future of Tartan Soul?
The future, that's a great question because it's been a... Josh is looking at
What, Josh? I'll get to the
We'll
cake.
get to that one. The future of Tartan Soul. We are talking about that every day. It continues to grow. This has grown to a point where I didn't even see this coming, and I love it. I'm having a blast. I love coming with new flavors. We're talking about it. What does this mean? We already have a job that we work out of our house with, and so we're looking at trying to balance the two of those and see where this goes.
Josh wants me to talk about, not that I wasn't going to, the birthday cake Pop-Tart.
Yes, I have 2 flavors of birthday cake pop. I have a chocolate, triple chocolate, and a vanilla almond, and then I make it in a big size. I make both of them in big size.
Okay.
You know, for someone who wants something special for their birthday, it's a larger Pop-Tart.
And this is going to blow people's minds, but tell them what these are.
I had so many people ask me if I have a gluten-free line, and I kept saying, I'll work on it, and I finally came up with a great gluten-free crust. So these are the 6 flavors I have in my gluten-free line right now. I have an almond crunch, strawberry, my chocolate caramel sea salt, brown sugar cinnamon, blueberry, and apple cinnamon. So you get a pretty good cross-section of, and these will be up on the website hopefully within a week. We're still
And this will be in my wife's stomach in about an hour.
Great, I hope she loves them. I love these. I thought they turned out well.
All right, I am going to have this one right here. I'm going to break this open so you can
Okay.
see the inside. As soon as Josh is ready.
I was getting the other shots there, buddy.
So this one is,
That's the chocolate mint brownie.
yeah, chocolate and mint is my go-to flavor.
That's your I hope you love it.
Look at his eyes. He's like, anything else before we go?
Oh, no. I hope you love it. I'm having a blast.
Should we make Steve come on camera?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, bring up Steve.
Ah.
Yes, because he's the backbone. He's so supportive of me.
Oh.
Seriously, my family, my husband, my kids are so supportive of this. So.
Who wouldn't support this?
Yeah.
So we haven't seen each other in 28 years, and I'm thinking to myself, he probably wouldn't even recognize me. I'm like, yeah, do I look similar?
You're exactly the same.
Haven't aged a bit.
Yeah, right. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back at this next week.
Very good.
Tartan Soul. Give them a follow on Instagram and check out their website. This stuff is incredible. I've had them all before. Let's eat. Oh, look like you put in the bottom.
Chocolate mint. Mint chocolate. And then there's brownie in there. Yeah, that's a mint chocolate candy and brownie pieces.
Like, where'd you find this candy? Because I've never seen this.
It's
Sort
Dove.
of looks like it.
It's-
I was going to say, it looks like it's sort of like it.
the Dove swirly mint chocolate that I chop up really fine, put that on the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then I have a dairy-free brownie that I put in there.
Wasn't expecting that.
Wasn't expecting.
Wasn't expecting the
I'll
candy in
try
there. Brilliant.